Oh, that's a good smallmouth. Oh my God, the jump shot there. All right, let's check it out. I just come home, got to the garage. So I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, but I got a notification on my phone. We got a mystery tackle box, and that looks like a new rod. Okay, so let's talk about why I even did this in the first place. I was scrolling through Facebook the other day and saw an ad for Mystery Tackle Box. And now I've been a subscriber for them off and on for the last 3 or 4 years. But the ad said free GOOGAN Squad Rod, Gold Series GOOGAN Squad Rod with the purchase of a 1-year subscription. And I was like, man, that's going to be kind of expensive. It's like $30 a box for the MTB Pros. But when I got on their site, they actually let you do the free rod with the purchase of a regular subscription. And these boxes aren't but like 16 bucks a piece. So for a little over 200 bucks, I got the year's worth of mystery tackle boxes and a free GOOGAN Squad Gold Series rod that's like 160 bucks in itself. So to me, I felt like that was worth it. Let's get into it. All right, I didn't have a knife on me. Had to use my key. I could be like the OG John B videos where you use a freaking torch to open these things, but I don't want to burn my apartment down, so we did it the safe way.
Here we go, here we go. Boom! Oh! Oh, God! Oh, my God. Oh, God.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I might have looked at the email they sent me and showed me what was in the box already, but either way, for you guys that don't know what Mystery Tackle Box is, they send you a what's inside card and like say a monthly subscription of baits. So let's get into this thing. So the first lure is a Headbanger Spitfire, and I have saw these things for a couple years and have never purchased one, so I was really excited to actually get this and be able to use it. There's our first bait, $14.99. So that right there pretty much paid for this entire box. Next we got a Kalyn swim Stalker, which is a small swim jig, bluegill pattern. There's not a whole lot of bluegill around in the creeks that I fish, but the ones that are, I'm sure they can eat. Let's see, we got a Lake Fork Trophy Lures Hyper Freak. Looks like a little creature bait, some sort of paddle tail on the back. A little crawl imitator or something like that. That's gonna get chewed. We got a Big Bite Baits Kamikaze. Yeah, so we almost got like a little swim bait, but it's got a crawl trailer instead of like a paddle tail. That's kind of wild. Might Ned rig that thing. Or we could use it on the Harmony fishing hooks that they sent. But they send you some cards about their spotlight baits, where to fish them, how to fish them. You get the Dibbles Digest, little magazine, and a sticker. So there's all our baits. Let's get those back in the box and let's get this rod opened up. Okay, first impression. This thing is super light. I mean super light. I got the 6'8", I think this is the Twitch rod. It's medium action. What's the lure rating on this thing? Don't quote me on this, but I think it was like 1/8 ounce up to like 5/8. So that's pretty much anything I throw for smallmouth. So, I mean, and they say it's the Twitch rod, and it's got a really soft tip. So any subtle action, you need with that rod tip, whether you're working a Ned rig or a jerk bait or, whatever. So that's why I got this, and I think it's going to be a pretty solid little rod. A lot of people are saying they're having a lot of issues with them breaking and things like that, but they have a 3-year warranty, so if something like that does happen, at least it's covered. Let's get this thing rigged up, and let's go do us a little mystery tackle box challenge, shall we? All right, we are at the second spot, throwing that Headbanger top water. I should have brought my backpack today. I didn't know I was really actually going to do any wading. It's kind of hard to hold this MTB box and move, but let's get after it. This thing works really well in like still water. Get into a little bit of current, it kind of takes away from the action some, but try to get this thing way back up in the shade over there. That wasn't that far back in there. There's a fish. Okay. Not very big. Oh, she come off. Let's go. Like I said, that is not a giant by any means. I am perfectly fine with that and not getting skunked. See you, buddy. He didn't flip like I thought he would. Let's switch up our baits. Let's tie on this Big Bite Baits soft plastic with this hook. Try to knock out 2 right quick. All right, I'm gonna try fishing this weightless for a minute. If this doesn't work, I did bring a few Ned rigs and actually a swim bait hook that this might look pretty good on. So, I don't know, we'll try it like this for a minute and see what happens. Oh, no, no, no. That was a bass for sure. Oh, he messed it up. Oh, there we go. I was actually working that thing like a fluke. Oh my God, that was so sick. I hope my arms weren't in the way of that GoPro. This fish just jumped freaking, I don't know, 3.5 feet out of the water. Not a very big guy, but that got us another fish in our MTB challenge. I have no idea where our bait went. When he jumped out there right there and shook, it flew off. That was an active one for sure. It's fish number 2, and we have 3 of our baits down. Let's change up. All right, while we still got this hook tied on, we're gonna throw around this Lake Fork Hyper Freak, little creature bait. All right, the action of that thing weightless was absolutely horrendous. So I've got it on a little Ned rig, try to get a little more casting distance out of it, and I don't know what that thing's supposed to imitate, but we're gonna keep casting it and try to get us a fish on it here. Now when you pull that thing, it does have a pretty good thump to it. Here we go. Stay down, dude. Might have accidentally figured out how to fish this thing. If I can get this fish landed here, it's the best one of the day. There's the Lake Fork plastic. Another bait on our mystery tackle box challenge done. It's a chunky little smallie. Let's get him back. He was bleeding a little bit there. I guess hooked in the side of his jaw. I don't know what that's about. That's another fish. So we've got 4 out of the 5 done. All that's left is this swim jig. That actually doesn't look too bad. Let's give it a shot. He's picking it up. It's gonna be hard for a smallmouth to eat this jig. It's a little bit big. Oh! Oh, no. Jig and everything in the mouth. There's a fish. That's a good one too. Not a bad fish. Come here, buddy. Not near as big as the one I saw back there. I can land this guy with no net. There we go. Our mystery tackle box challenge is complete. The last bait there, the swim jig. All right, and the most graceful release possible. All right, let's take this swim jig off. We got the Headbanger Spitfire tied back on. I'm hoping for a good little bit of action on this topwater. So who doesn't love some topwater smallmouth, right? There we go. Oh, that's a good smallmouth. Oh my God, the jump's right there. Oh, he's got all of that. Oh, he's about to shake it now, actually. Best fish of the day right there, boys. All right, we got a good picture of him on the MTB box. Right at a 16-inch smallie right there. Such a sick blow up too. All right, let's move. We got a pretty decent walk to the car. And the rain is starting to come down. All right, fast forward a few hours, we're back home, got out of the storm. It rained super hard the whole drive home, and got lucky getting out of there when I did. But that was the first mystery tackle box slam I've done in a long time. It was a lot of fun. I'd say my favorite bait out of this box was the Headbanger Spitfire. Least favorite, and not because it's a bad bait, but that swim jig was just hard to get a smallmouth to eat on. You know, they got smallmouths, hence the name. And I had probably 6-7 bites before I finally hooked up on one. But overall, man, this was a super fun challenge, super fun MTB for this month. I only got to fish that GOOGAN rod for a couple hours, so I'll have a review of that later on. But I will say my first impression was good when I unboxed it, and the 2 hours I fished it, I was really impressed. But we'll do a review on it later on. But for now, I'm gonna give this box away to one of you guys. So I didn't lose a single bait out of this, maybe one of the soft plastics, but for the most part, this is a full mystery tackle box for the month of August. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite part of the video was. That's it. That's how you get entered, and we'll run this till next Sunday or something. And I'll use a random comment generator, pick the winner, and get this shipped out to you guys so you guys can catch fish in the same lures I did. Be sure to tag me in your pictures. Send them to me. Love to see it. But that's going to do it for this video. Appreciate you guys tuning in and checking it out. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one.